Now we'll discuss about what is convergent and divergent thinking. This convergent and divergent thinking are opposite to each other. So convergent means both the places in a, but they both play very important role in our day-to-day life. So American psychologist G.J. that is J.P. Guilford coined the terms. He coined the terms convergent divergent thinking in 1950s, which take their names from the problem solving process. So he took the name from the problem solving process. We will see what is convergent thinking. Convergent thinking is nothing but convergent thinking involves starting with pieces of information converging around a solution. This is actually coined from the word convergent. Okay, converging mirror, we have seen converging mirror, converging lens and all. So the rays converge at a point focus, right? Same way, this is same principle only. There are pieces of information like different rays of light which are parallel to each other, and they converge at the focus. Same way they converge around the solution. Very much similar to what we have seen in the convergent, right? Now the same thing, diagrammatically how to explain we will see. We'll start with some pieces of information. Okay, we'll draw the pieces of information. Suppose these are the pieces of information. Information 1 is there, and there is information 2, and there is information 3. Okay, there is information 4, there is information 5. So many informations are there. They converge around a solution. Okay, this is the solution. All are converged around this solution. That is, this piece of information and this piece of information and this piece of information, this piece of information, this piece of information. These are nothing but our pieces of information. Okay, there are several pieces of information and they converge around a single solution. This piece of information converges around a single solution, and this is known as convergent thinking. In many places we use the convergent thinking. So many informations are gathered, and all these informations are a little bit different from each other. They are not same, but you come to a solution, the convergent solution. Suppose there are 4 or 5 people, okay, and these 4 or 5 people are having different views. Okay, we are having some conference set of thing. The 4 or 5 people are having different views. Ultimately, we come to a consensus of this all these people. So this consensus or a single solution we frame, and this is known as a convergent thinking. This is helpful in our day-to-day life. That is single optimal solution to a given problem. You can say in short, single optimal solution to a given problem. Single optimal solution to a given problem, and usually demands thinking at the first or second depth of knowledge. Okay, and usually demands thinking at the first or second depth of knowledge. That is, you are having a single optimal solution. So determining the correct answer to the for example is, there is MCQ question, right? You have MCQ question, okay, and you want to find a single, means out of this one is the correct answer. We know there are so many options. Say in the MCQ question, option A, option B, option C and option D are there, right? There is option A, option B, option C and option D, and all are very much similar answers, and you are finding, your thinking goes on. There is a question here, okay, that is a problem. Question we can think as a problem to solve, and these are the different types of alternatives, and you choose the best alternative. Okay, what you choose is the best, and also one, and also single. You cannot say A is also answer, B is also, C is also. There is single solution. Okay, best single solution. This is the example of the convergent thinking. The nature of question does not demand creativity, but inherently encourages the student to consider the veracity of each provided answer before selecting the single solution. Here, there is no creativity is there. Okay, out of the given solution, one solution is student is choosing. Means you are having a problem in your hand, and there are different solutions, and you are choosing the best solution in the real life situation. So here, the thing creativity does not play a very important role here, but out of the given alternatives, you choose the best alternative. So here, typically he or she must apply a limited range of skills and knowledge to reach this answer quickly. So here the much knowledge is not used here, because whatever is given, from that only you are finding the solution. So this mirrors may out of school scenarios wherein someone must use all the information available to him or her to make a decision. So all the different solutions are available, and you should know these are the solutions are available. The main thing is you should know these are the solutions available and choosing the best out of it. So here the main thing involved is what are the solutions available. You should be aware of the solutions available and which is the best, you take the decision. So you can call it as a decision making. One way of telling this is a decision making. Okay, out of best, you take the best decision out of all options. Whatever options available, from the given options, you take the decision. So you can call it as a decision making also. Convergent thinking can be called as decision making also. On the contrary, now we go to the divergent thinking. This is just opposite to the convergent thinking. What is a diverging lens does? You know, all the parallel here diverges. The rays of light diverges. Right? You have seen the divergent mirror and diverging lens. Okay, so here the rays, the rays are getting diverged. They are not converged. They move away from the focal point. They are getting diverged. It is the similar type of concept is here. There is not much difference with the concept. That is divergent thinking. On the other hand, so divergent thinking on the other hand starts with a prompt that encourages students to think critically, diverging towards dis, distinct answer. Okay, here what you here is totally different from convergent thinking. So here the students think critically. So there are so many important keywords here. The students think critically. Okay, I can call it as it is a distinct answer. We can call it as out of box. Out of box thinking we can say. What is out of box thinking? So everybody what they are doing. No, you think something different solution for the same means what others mentality you think differently, divergently, right? Different from others. For example, you think about we are very much familiar with the of offline class. Go to the classroom, write on the blackboard, and then teach the students, and whatever materials you are having, learning resources you use and you teach. But all of a sudden what happened, we are supposed to use the online classes. So suddenly this we cannot go to the school. So in this scenario you go out of the way and you think divergently. In this situation what we can do, right? You don't have any blackboard with you and you cannot write and show to the students, so you think something different, so that you are this is your out of box thinking, so that in this particular scenario what may be the solution. One more example is, suppose a pen is given to you. Normally people, what will they say? Using the pen I can write, right? But you think use the pen in different way. So I can point it out something. Okay, I can use it as a pointer in the overhead projector. When the projection is going on, this pen can be used as a pointer also. So you have something different in your mind, others cannot think. This type of thinking, out of box thinking, is known as the divergent thinking. So if you see, one prompt is given, for example, a prompt is given to you, right? Here I can call this prompt as now the scenario is we cannot go to the classroom, right? This is you are having a scenario where we cannot students cannot come to the class directly. So this is a prompt given to you. Okay, start with the prompt. And you find different solutions to the prompt. Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? So different solution emerges in your mind. So now you think out of box. I can use this, I can use this way or another way or any new way to invent that in this particular situation you get different solutions, okay, to this problem. This solution, sometimes you use this solution, sometimes you use this solution, sometimes you use this, or sometimes you use this. So you think out of box. So these are the different ways I can do it, not in the normal scenario what I used to do. So this is known as the divergent thinking. That is, a prompt is given, that is guideline question is given to you, an open-ended question. I can call it as open-ended questionnaire. Okay, open. Okay, I just throw one scenario to you, and this you have to expand it using your divergent thinking. Okay, here on this is previously we saw about the MCQ question, but in this question something is asked about means in this situation what you will do. For example, I can call it as about this online situation, how to tackle the problem. So you get so many things in your idea in your mind and keep writing about that. That is known as the divergent thinking. In this question, prompt is given and you are supposed to answer in different ways, different approaches, what comes to your mind. So this you can call it as a divergent thinking. Suppose we can call it as it means some new situation is given. For example, what means how to tackle this corona, and if you want to call them to school also, what is the thing you can plan. So then also you can think about something new. So how to bring the students back in the corona time, and this also you can have different answer for this. So this is the type of thinking is